Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Leo Groark. I consider myself fortunate to be the 8th President and Vice Chancellor of Trent University. It's my honor and pleasure to welcome you to the ceremony today. It says in my notes the first, but actually the second in-person convocation ceremony in over 2 years. How about a round of applause for an in-person convocation? I will mention that it's the second because this morning we had a convocation, kind of a replacement convocation for the students in 20 and 21 who were not able to attend. So this is number 2. We had a great practice run this morning, so I think this one's going to be really good. I want to begin by acknowledging, as we do at Trent, that we are on the traditional and treaty territory of the Mississauga Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to our First Peoples for their care for and teachings about our earth and our relations. May we honor those teachings. I'm very pleased to welcome all of you, our Trent Durham graduating class of 2022. And equally importantly, your parents and families, partners and friends who are here with us for today's ceremony. I know that some of you come from close by, others from across Canada, and some from around the world. If you are by chance watching our live stream from somewhere else within Canada, maybe in another country, I hope this message reaches you surrounded by your circle of support. I wanted to begin the ceremony by saying something about the ceremony itself. Whoops, I'm getting ahead of myself. At the beginning of this ceremony, I did want to recognize and extend an especially warm welcome to some special guests who are here. Oshawa City Councillor Derek Giberson, from the Durham Region Métis Council, Senator Cecil Wagar, members of the Trent Board of Governors, Chris Neal, Doug Kirk, and our board chair, Deborah Cooper-Berger. Deborah? And I thought I would salute some of the academic leaders here today. Dean Scott Henderson, the dean and head of our Durham campus, a provost, popular person in Durham. Our provost and academic vice president, Michael Kahn, and our vice president of research, Kathy Bruce. So now let me say something about the ceremony today. And what I wanted to say is, in one way, it's quite a formal ceremony. This is the moment when our students officially graduate, officially receive their degrees, and that's important, and there's a serious part to that, and that's a formal thing to have happen. So we want to respect that, but at the same time, I want to tell you that this is intended to be a celebration. It's a party, or maybe it's the beginning of a party for our graduates here today. So I do want you all to be relaxed and comfortable. I will say, and I will say to the parents here, that I'm a parent of 5 children. They've all gone to university. It's okay if you're excited because your graduating son or daughter is finally finishing their university degree. It's okay to feel that. We all feel that at times. It's also okay to make noise. It's okay to yell and shout for the graduates. Okay? It's also okay when your graduate comes across the stage to do things that might, in other circumstances, embarrass them. That's perfectly okay. I will say that Kevin Mena, thank you, Kevin, who has organized this convocation, told me a little story I'm going to share. He told me he got a phone call from somebody who said they had a group of 46 people who wanted to come on buses to cheer for a particular graduate. If you are among those 46 people, we want to hear from you. Okay? We want and expect a roar when that person comes across the stage. Let me end my own remarks with just a couple of comments to our graduates. I did want to say that we're in rapidly evolving times, and in those times, we believe that you, our Trent grads, can make a momentous difference in the world as compassionate people and critical thinkers who challenge, build, and take part in the building of a vibrant future. I would also say you are in good company. As an alum, always remember you join the ranks of a global network of distinguished Trent graduates, award-winning authors, game-changing advocates, corporate leaders, Nobel Prize winners, Academy Award winners, and people all around good people who contribute in outstanding ways through their careers and in their communities, and we count on you to do the same. Before you head off into your bright future, I encourage you to take some time to savor this moment and to imagine where your life will take you and to define a purpose that is uniquely your own. Congratulations. I now declare Convocation is open. It's now my privilege to call upon Chancellor Stephen Stone to give remarks and introduce an individual whose remarkable contributions to our world will be recognized with an Honorary Doctor of Laws degree. Mr. Chancellor.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm the 12th Chancellor of Trent University, but I was a student here, and I graduated right back in the early days when the very first Chancellor of Trent, Leslie Frost, was the Chancellor. So I'm delighted to be here today, and I'm delighted to share this day with you. Heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates on reaching this important milestone. It is my privilege to introduce you to honorary degree recipient Bob Ezrin. If you've heard of Bob before today, it is probably in the context of his having produced one of the most iconic albums of all time, Pink Floyd's The Wall, the best-selling double album in world history. Indeed, Bob has directly advanced the careers of hundreds of Canadian and international artists by producing their recordings, writing songs with them, and helping guide their careers. Names like U2, Kiss, Alice Cooper, Taylor Swift, Andrea Bocelli, and hundreds more. But there are even more layers to Bob. He co-founded the Nimbus School of Recording Arts in Vancouver, which offers hands-on mentorship to young musicians in a world-class accessible studio. He is an originator of the Music Counts charity, through which it is estimated nearly 1 million Canadian children have been given access to musical instruments that would otherwise have been unavailable to them. And in the US, he has been deeply involved as vice chair of the Mr. Holland Opus Foundation, which has similar goals of providing schools with musical instruments. And along with U2's The Edge, he co-founded Music Rising, an initiative to replace musical instruments lost in natural disasters. Bob spearheaded Young Artists for Haiti, a movement to engage Canada's young musicians in response to the devastation of the 2010 earthquakes in Haiti. More than 50 Canadian artists gathered at Bryan Adams' The Warehouse studio in Vancouver, where Bob produced them all singing Canaan's Wavin' Flag, with all proceeds, over $2 million, going to designated charities. And he has produced numerous major events, including the reopening of the New Orleans Superdome after Hurricane Katrina, and also Pete Seeger's 90th birthday concert at Madison Square Garden. Among various film and television projects over the years, he produced the award-winning documentary Fade to Black, starring Jay-Z and featuring Beyoncé, and a variety of other well-known hip-hop artists. I don't have time to list all the other many accomplishments of Bob's, including, very importantly, his work with students here at Trent. But I note that he has been inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, has been honored with a star on Canada's Walk of Fame, and is an honorary fellow of the Royal Conservatory. He has done all this with grace, wisdom, humility, and humanity, and without shining a light on himself. I know this from personal experience, having worked with Bob over the years and as a longtime friend. He is an energetic, determined, and passionate presence whose art is to draw out the same qualities in others and let them be the ones to shine. Mr. President, graduates and guests, I have the honor of presenting to you for the degree of Doctors of Laws, honoris causa, my friend, Bob Ezrin.
This is so cool. 2 years ago, who would have believed we'd be here? Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the graduating class, faculty, family, and friends, I want to thank Trent University, my new home, from the bottom of my heart for this greatest of honors. I could not be more grateful nor more humbled. And in fact, it's a miracle. And it really is. And I mean this because many years ago, a high school principal of mine told me that it would be a miracle if I ever amounted to anything. It's particularly meaningful to me that this honor comes from this university, not just because of my friendships here, but because Trent is an institution that is steeped in a tradition of respect for the lands on which it sits, for the people who first populated those lands, and for the wisdom of the cultures that were born there. My relationship with the university began several years ago as a harmonic of my environmental activism. At the time, I came to town to support the Peterborough 8. This was 8 high school students from the community who petitioned the City Council of Peterborough and the 2 school districts to officially declare a climate emergency and to change practices, regulations, and even school curricula to reflect the reality of the impending crisis that was going to shape their lives. To me, those 8 young people were an inspiration. They epitomized the miraculous power that comes from the intersection of education, idealism, and action. That brought me to Trent, where I met with several of the senior faculty and administration and found them all to be personally committed to educating for the sake of the community, humanity, and the planet. A commitment to educating for activism and miracles. And the product of that commitment is you. Whether you realize it or not, you've been groomed to save the world. And that inspires me too. You learned a lot of stuff in your years at this school: how to manage responsibilities, how to be more independent, how to party without permanently damaging yourselves. And those of you who failed at that know who you are. But what I'm hoping you learn most in university, above all, is that nothing much happens in your life unless you cause it to. No one coddles you through the university experience, and no one will coddle you through life out there. You are now more responsible for your own lives than you have ever been. And no one can represent your dreams, your wishes, your needs for the happy life or a healthy planet that you want for yourselves. Not your parents, not your community, certainly not your government. Like the Peterborough 8, you are going to have to create the world that you want to live in. You'll likely need a few miracles along the way, but it's amazing how good our luck gets when we work really hard at it. And it is also true that very much like in university, there are people in the world who are willing to share with you their experience and knowledge if you show them respect and a willingness to do the work. Nothing puts you in the path of opportunities or small miracles more than that. When I was 20 years old, I met Jack Richardson, who is arguably the greatest producer Canada ever had. And he was impressed with my enthusiasm and my attitude, and he said to me, "You don't want to do what you're doing, you want to be a producer." And honestly, I had no idea what he was talking about, but he was so impressive that I decided to throw in with him and commit. I took the job on the spot. I had, again, zero concept of what was expected of me, but he invested his time, his knowledge, and his money in me. And in return, I worked every waking hour to learn the craft and to be respectful and worthy of the faith that he'd shown in me, because that job was one of those miracles. It was the beginning of a 53-year career that has taken me around the world, put me in rooms with some of the most talented people on earth, allowed me to create things that touch people, and put me in a position to use my platform for activism in order to help build the world I want, and for service in order to repay the world in some small way for my many blessings. Listen, I have aspirations and ambitions just like you do. But I learned that none of what I've been given was my birthright, nor am I simply entitled to what I have or to the honors that I've received. All of it, every moment, every love, every project, every reward, every healthy day, every moment of joy, and yes, every moment of sorrow and pain, have been gifts, miraculous, unexpected gifts, all of which I worked very hard for. So that sounds like a paradox, doesn't it? Is it a gift if you have to work for it? Well, yeah, it is. And very often, the work itself ends up being the greatest gift of all. So now, I wake up every morning with a feeling of gratitude for what I have received and for what I am able to do. Actually, at this age, I mostly just wake up being grateful for waking up. But it's a wonderful place to begin, a state of gratitude. Because the next step is for me to get up and act for what I want. For us, for our children, for our grandchildren, which is a better world. These are indeed the days of miracle and wonder. It's a miracle that in this parlous time we're able to gather here again, safe, healthy, well-fed, surrounded by the ones we love and admire, to receive the gift of recognition and reward for the work we have done in relative peace and tranquility. Today, we are not being bombed. We are not struggling for clean air. We are not trying to find food for our families. But outside these cloistered halls and our privileged neighborhoods, there is a world where having a bowl of rice or clean water or access to medicine is a miracle, and miracles are not abounding. So as we receive our diplomas, I hope you will join me in a sense of gratitude and a strengthened resolve to go out, act, and earn our good fortune. I congratulate you, all of you, graduates, and I look forward to watching you all become the miracles that this world needs now. Thank you.
Thank you for those wonderful words, Dr. Ezrin. I'm now going to ask the chair of the board and the chancellor to present Dr. Ezrin with a hood and a certificate which is emblematic of his award. Dr. Ezrin. Dr. Bob.
Let's look over there.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll now proceed to the next stage of this ceremony, and I will ask Dean Scott Henderson, the Dean and Head of the Trent University Durham, to present the candidates for all degrees. As Dean Henderson reads the students' names, they will cross the stage to be congratulated by the Chancellor and myself, and then will be welcomed to the Trent alumni family by Nicholas Ryan, a council member of the Trent University Alumni Association. There is an official photographer who will capture the moment for you, but feel free to come up and take pictures. Please just keep in mind that you should try not to block someone else's view. Over to you, Dean Henderson.
Thank you, President Cork. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Management candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Mishal Alam. Arafat Ahmed. Farzaneh Bakhtiari. Christopher Cherpniak. Pedro Manuel Eman Diaz. Melanie Iman. Pritam Charles Gomez. Hemanth Gotimukala. Samia Tasnim Himi. Chinmay Hulanhali Gurubasapa. Holika Alekia Camila. Masa Kiani Aslani. Rubayat Abde Rabi. Ahmed Hassin Raihan. Raja Vayapuri Ravichandran. Smith Matthews Rosario. Sairam Sataraju. Wasim Farag Tanchush. Lakshmi Vipanchi Valuri. Vikranth Balaji Vijayan. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Master of Management degrees. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree Bachelor of Business Administration candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Shakana Arul Hassan. Kanasika Balendran. Caitlin April Chicoine. Samantha Jade Cornelius. Alexander Jeffrey Estrella. J. Ben Favila. Noella Brienne Jilks. Matthew William James Gilmore. Kriti Gupta. Hafsa Binte Hanan. Nabil Iqbal. Ahmed Raza Jaffrey. Jonathan Brock Lorette. Mohammed Moise. Jed Joshua Montemayor. Mafav Muhanthan. Sherayar Nadim. Saif Youssef Nizal. Phung Gok Nam Nien. Brianna Pauline Olan. Piraveen Pirabagaran. Gordon Edward Porter. Arvindra Ramroop. Philip Allen Reimer. Warda Sardar. Okay. Benjamin Sayers. Aruna Nadia Siratan. So what do I read first? Okay. The Simons Medal is named in honor of founding president T.H.B. Simons and is awarded to students that achieve high overall standing in the honors program. Mr. Chancellor, please present the Simons Medal to Isadora Seraphim. Okay. Mackenzie Cerul Chiramaida. Vaithika Kanaksawaran. Lindsay Ann Williamson. Okay. Ibrahim Zahid. Are you getting close? You can go have some other comment. Okay. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration degrees. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Aisha Ahmed. Victoria Lynn Violet Allen Boynette. Okay. Sean Ardis. Alora Faith Baltkois. Karina Rose Batiste. Yep. Zachariah Chappell. Avery J. Como. Nicole Marie Davies. Yep. Chanel Page Dewell. Michelle Diaz. Erin Duffy. Elba Noeli Garcia. Sarah Diane Hamilton. Davana Billas. Lindsay Ann Lane. Walter Porfirio Lopez. Missy Hope McLean. Kimberly Lynn McManus. Savannah Josephine Moore Jarvis. Okay. Brandy Nye. Michelle Pittman. Samantha June Power. Emily Samantha Ray. Zoe Mackenzie Warehide. Last one. Michaela Krista Wilkinson. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Bachelor of Social Work degrees. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the Honors Program candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Daniel Adadiba. Zubeida Akhtar. Kimberly Ali. Faika Ahmed Bachani. Crystal Lee Beach. Brianne Jalen Bennett. Devonte Richard Bertrand Morel. Nikki Dawn Bizanet. Kiona Brown Snow. Travis Gary William Bruce. Sarah Allison Jane Budgeon. Cassandra Connie Carter. Andrea Chand. Shirley Chang. Kenisha Leanne Chu. Desiree Shanice Corbet. Alexandra Ophelia Kolombakos. Yep. Caitlin Stephanie Corcoran. Brooke Westwell Dakers. Alicia Diana Dikopoulos. Or just Priscilla Mbaya. Jesse Daniel Dale. Makeda Davis. Rebecca Dawn Davis. Yep. Dana Marie Doherty. Zoe Lillian Marie Dowling. Samantha Rochelle Eastwood. Robert Gabriel Gardner Echavez. Amani Amir Elawar. The Simons Medal is named in honor of founding president T.H.B. Simons and is awarded to students that achieve high overall standing in the honors program. Mr. Chancellor, please present the Simons Medal to Kira Estrella. Trinity Diana Fernandez. Ian Parker Ellis. Amira Fraser. Matthew Gakowski. Jack David Gibson. Rachel Jasmine Gibson. Carolyn Gordon O'Reilly. Kenan Marie Gregory. Lola Halstead. Neve Lorisan Hay. Sarah Kathleen Helm. Laura Dorothy Ray Holmes. Paige Alexandra Hewitt. That's the last name? Gregorio Jr. Jamal. Courtney Irving Ferrand. Asia. Okay. Deja Lee Jeffrey. Larissa Jansen. Harley Elizabeth Faye Johnson. Katrina Johnson. Cynthia Arlene Veronica Lagton. Chelsea Amanda Lull. Brianna Lee Lambert. Charlie Elena Caitlin Legg. Nadia Liana Lubenko. Victoria Dominica Maeta. Tyne Grace Markle. Casey Rose McCluskey. Amy McCullough. Tamara Cheyenne McElroy. Samantha Rose McFadden. Daquan Shaquar McIntosh. Erin Elizabeth McKinley. Miriam McManus. Cheyenne Jade McNish. Sinette Paige McWhirter. Kimberly Morgan. Kaylin Rachel Muir. Megan Sylvia Nakamura. Carolyn Ellen Neville. Henrietta Obeng. Jessica Nesnick. Thank you. Sarah Jean Orlemans. Danilyn Alicia Page. Aisha Patel. Mackenzie Alexandra Paul. Vanessa Bianca Pavasek. Monique Crystal Payne. Isabella Noel Pereira. Okay. Casey Pickle. Matthew James Poche. Abigail Elizabeth Powell. Powell? Jacqueline Sidney Powles. Serena Andrea Prasad. Ashley Taylor Poxon. Arthmika Raj. Megan Ray. Amy Mercedes Rivas. Colleen Emma Sarah Roga. Brooklyn Anna Scrivano. Nova Shepherd. Dilpreet Singh. Morgan Eden Sparks. Elizabeth Jane Steele. Tavia Janice Long Thompson. Anna Grace Strayons. Sierra Gwendolyn Sumner. Sapna Gitanjali Sukhu. Boya Sun. Anthea Suthakaran. Rebecca Telemack. Jordan Ann Trainer. Haley Grace Vandernock. Raylyn Ziran Wallace. Jillian Rebecca Waltham. Amanda Weeks. Sarah Emma Patricia Weller. Julia Lynn Whitmore. Nicole Karen White. Simone Wicks. Rachel Margaret Wildridge. Adam Christopher Willis. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Bachelor of Arts degrees in the Honors Program. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Honors Program the candidates whose names will be read, whom Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Inza Akram. Mersini Antonoglu. Chelsea Fidelis Herbert. The Muldoon Medal is named in honor of former head of Trent University Durham, Joe Muldoon, and is awarded to students who achieve high overall standing in the honors and general programs. Mr. Chancellor, please present the Muldoon Medal in the honors program to Elisa Amy French. Belinda Elijah Leandro. Heidi McDowell. Rainbow Sunday Maxwell. Dawn Marie Potter. Hadia Mustansar. What is this? A different one? It's still bachelor's. Gurkarandeep Kaur Sandhu. Jenny Sue. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Bachelor of Science degree in the Honors Program. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Science in the general program the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that the candidates may receive the degree at your hands. Adedoyan Emmanuel Ayo Adeui. The Muldoon Medal is named in honor of former head of Trent University Durham, Joe Muldoon, and is awarded to students who achieve high overall standing in the honors and general programs. Mr. Chancellor, please present the Muldoon Medal in the general program to Sarah Joy Ball. Angela Greta Blondin. Shayna Jose Canfield. David Keith Cameron Cantuba Flores. Braden Michael William Kleiner. Vanessa Del Gobo. Lobali Fatimata Diop. Tony Ann Shanice Forrest. Mark Vincent Fournier. Melissa Matthews. Carwin Rodwell Holland. Malachi Christian Ibarra. John Anthony Osso. Tracy Ann LaPierre. Warren Littleproud. Jessica Angel Murphy. Angela Gabrielle Ritada Palayo. Kirthana Ravi. Mason Spencer Restevsky. Bryson Michael Schneitman. Fazila Jabin Sheikh. Jesse Scott Simpson. Mohammed Shamim Ahmed Zohel. Sarah Sleeman. Jiten Vijayakumar Thadani. Tiana Rose Thompson. Tiffany Janine Simons. Claire Zeltner. Okay. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degree in the general program. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the certificates in Human Resource Management and Marketing and Entrepreneurship the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive their certificate at your hands. Alina Padamadan. Vandana Arajit Roy. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the certificates in Human Resource Management and Marketing and Entrepreneurship. Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to confer degrees in absentia on candidates whose names are before you and who are unable to be with us today. Thank you. Professor Don Lavelle Harvard, Director of First People's House of Learning, will now introduce the honor song.
Ani Bojo Sego Segoli. Today we bring greetings of all creation. We give thanks for the rising of the sun and the light and the warmth that it brings to all of us. We give thanks for another day of life, and we give thanks to those who care for us through these challenging times. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, Dr. Bob Ezrin, and all of our graduates here today. In the tradition of this land, we offer the sound of the drum to honor our Mother, the Earth. We send our profound and deepest thanks to all of creation as we greet the world with humility and embrace the richness, diversity, and wonder that is life. In our Anishinaabe teachings, the sound of the drum represents the original sound of creation, that heartbeat that you all heard when you were in your mother's womb. This sound still reverberates throughout the universe and infuses our being with life. So today we sound the drum to connect us with creation, to honor and celebrate life, to remember to live with humility and kindness among all living things. We offer words of praise for those who are graduating this day. You have achieved so much. We offer words of thanksgiving to those who made sacrifices to make these accomplishments possible. And we offer words of respect and honor to those who strive to bring dignity to all our lives. We offer all of these words to remind us of the 7 grandfather teachings, to remind us to live with humility, bravery, honesty, wisdom, truth, respect, and most importantly, love. We offer this song to restore our spirits. And we offer this song to accompany all of you on your travels. May your lives be filled with grace and dignity. May you always work for peace. And in the words of Dr. Bob Ezrin, may you go out and create the change that we need in this world. I have faith that you will, because you are, after all, Trent graduates. Today, we uplift you, and we honor you. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, and graduates, today I have the pleasure of presenting Unity and the Honor Song. May everyone please stand if you're able. Miigwech Unity. You may all be seated now.
As we approach the conclusion of this ceremony, let me once again, on behalf of Trent University Durham, thank you for being here today. Miigwech to Unity for presenting the honor song. Congratulations to all our new alumni, including, of course, Dr. Bob Ezrin, who is now an official graduate of Trent University. Yay! He's ours. Please feel free to return to the gowning area for photos and explore downtown Oshawa. Ushers stationed around the facility will help you find your way. The procession will leave the stage following the singing of O Canada, and I would ask that you remain standing, if you are able, until the procession has departed. I would now like to welcome Chancellor Stone to close the convocation this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. This has been a wonderful day. You mentioned in your opening remarks that this is a time of formality and tradition, but also a time of informality, and the informality is coming. But there are a couple of traditions that we share as we come to an end. One is, you may have noticed that the President and I both wear our blue sneakers in honor of the blue Durham color. And secondly, I would ask those on the stage to rise, please, and join with me in the traditional closing song. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Convocation is now dismissed.